With the recent Michigan Supreme Court decision, I believe it is time to put this issue of trumpty's qualification to be on any state's ballot to rest. University of Illinois Law School Dean Vikram Amar, speaking about the U.S. Supreme Court rejecting the independent state legislature theory, stated, "What this case does is it reaffirms the flexibility that states have to confer power in different institutions in a way that deals with the challenges confronted by modern democracy. This makes it clear that SCOTUS believes that political issues should be handled at the state level first." Supreme Court Justice Neil M. Gorsuch alluded in a 2012 opinion to a state's legitimate interest in protecting the integrity and practical functioning of the political process, which permits it to exclude from the ballot candidates who are constitutionally prohibited from assuming office. Notice Gorsuch did not mention which constitution, so his reference must include state constitutions and with them any statute which is incorporated into it. Now, I am sure that all across this great nation, every state's legislature is every bit as brilliant as Ohio's legislature is. So I am absolutely sure that the following rules and procedures exist in every state. If not, then I suggest the citizens of those backward states start making some noise. So let us leave it to the states to decide what is best for democracy. Here in Ohio, our Secretary of State has published a code of ethics for our potential public officials, which reads in part, Ohio Secretary of State Ethics Policy. A. Overview of the Ohio Ethics Laws. Public officials in Ohio are subject to the Ohio Ethics Law. So now let us take a quick look at some of Ohio's codified rules and laws, shall we? Ohio Revised Code Title 29 Crimes Procedure. Section 292101. Offenses against justice and public administration general definitions, as used in sections 2921.01 to 2921.45 of the Revised Code. A. Public official means any elected or appointed officer or employee or agent of the state or any political subdivision, whether in a temporary or permanent capacity, and includes but is not limited to legislators, judges, and law enforcement officers. B. Public servant means any of the following. 1. Any public official. D. Official proceeding means any proceeding before a legislative, judicial, administrative, or other governmental agency. Ohio Revised Code Title 29 Crimes Procedure. Section 2921.03 Intimidation. A. No person knowingly and by force, by unlawful threat of harm to any person or property, or by filing, recording, or otherwise using a materially false or fraudulent writing with malicious purpose, in bad faith, or in a wanton or reckless manner, shall attempt to influence, intimidate, or hinder a public servant, a party official, or an attorney or witness involved in a civil action or proceeding in the discharge of the persons the duties of the public servant, party official, attorney, or witness. B. Whoever violates this section is guilty of intimidation, a felony of the third degree. C. A person who violates this section is liable in a civil action to any person harmed by the violation. Ohio Revised Code Title 29 Crimes Procedure. Section 2921.31. Obstructing official business. A. No person without privilege to do so and with purpose to prevent, obstruct, or delay the performance by a public official of any authorized act within the public official's official capacity shall do any act that hampers or impedes a public official in the performance of the public official's lawful duties. B. Whoever violates this section is guilty of obstructing official business, a misdemeanor of the second degree. Ohio Revised Code Title 29 Crimes Procedure. Section 2921.44 Dereliction of Duty. E. No public servant shall recklessly fail to perform duty expressly imposed by law with respect to the public servant's office, or recklessly do any act expressly forbidden by law with respect to the public servant's office. Ohio Revised Code Title 35 Elections. Section 3513.263 Processing nominating petitions. Written protests against such nominating petitions may be filed by any qualified elector eligible to vote for the candidate whose nominating petition the elector objects to, not later than the 74th day before the general election. So you see, here in Ohio, you cannot be a public official if you have violated Ohio's ethics laws. Courts have determined that trumpty has violated Ohio's ethics laws. Therefore, trumpty cannot be a public official in Ohio. Thus, trumpty is disqualified from having his name on any ballots in Ohio. And all anyone in Ohio needs to do is file a protest. I am sure it is the same all across this great nation. So the 14th Amendment be damned. We the people do not care about the cryptic wording of it. I invite all honest and ethical Americans to check your state laws. I am sure trumpty has violated your election laws and therefore is disqualified from being a candidate for president in your wonderful state. So get to work. Make democracy work for us all. So J.D. Vance, Sherrod Brown, Joyce Beatty, Herschel Craig, and Dontavius Gerald, I call on you as any qualified elector to do your civic duty and file a proper protest with the appropriate authority to have trumpty removed from Ohio's primary ballot.